up, boys? HadsChat 27 with Sam and Gaden. We got crazy news. I'm gonna start us off.
Insane.
Go ahead.
Okay, this is like, I want everyone to tell me, if you've never commented on the pod, I mean, I have a poll after this, tell me, it's like an am I the asshole? So, and Sam, I also want you to play Haas when I'm explaining his, you're Haas, you take his side hard, and you explain his side. Just so,
like, you
just
want me to be Haas
hella
here?
Objective. Or no, just like explain his side. Or if I'm leaving out stuff that you think is crucial to Haas's side.
Okay.
Because I don't know if I'm the asshole. So basically, too long don't read. The TLDR version is Gaden is the new co-host right now, and Haas is off. And what happened was,
Welcome, Gaden.
I'll just tell the whole story. Like, throughout this whole time we've been doing this pod, it's been like 6 months, and like leading up to this point, Haas has missed a lot, and Sam has missed a lot too. I looked through all of them. Haas missed 9, Sam missed 8. And going up to this, but so I was like getting annoyed, and like one night I was like, guys, it's time for the pod. And we had like a come to Jesus meeting because Sam and Haas didn't respond, and I just left the group chat. And then, like, immediately after that, I was just like, I'm gonna just record it with whoever's on, so like Matthew, Gaden, we all have like a Discord. I was like, I'm tired of trying to organize this because like half the time y'all don't respond. And I was like fine with that, and I was like, it's fine because I get that they have other obligations. But then both of them texted me and was like, nah, I want to take it more seriously. Let's do it scheduled and shit. And I was like, okay, all right, whatever. I'll give the whole squad any chance. We'll do it Sundays at 9. And everything was going good. And this Sunday we couldn't do it because we had a birthday party up here. So I was like, obviously we can't do it because me and Haas are MIA. And that makes sense because it's like a big birthday thing and we're both not home. So then the next day comes around and Haas is like, I'm sick, can't do it today either. And I was like, all right, that's fine. At least you're telling me. And he was like, I'll do it tomorrow. So the day we'd be doing the podcast is Tuesday. Me and Sam were like, okay, we'll do the podcast on Tuesday. So then Tuesday comes around. Me and Sam are sitting in the Discord waiting for the podcast to happen. And Haas, it just ghosts us at 9. I call him like 5 times. I'm like, where is he? And also, this is too late. Gaden like goes to sleep hella late or hella early. So I was like, can't call Gaden right now because he can't even do it. Or I tried calling Gaden, but he was already asleep. Matthew couldn't do it because it's just so late notice. And I was like, you know what? I'm fucking done. I was just pissed off. And I was like, Haas, you're off the pod. I texted also, this is also adds to it why I did it. I texted Haas at the time. I don't know why this is on my screen. Hold up. They've gotten a weird view the whole time during this pod if they're a visual listener. But, but, god dang it, where was I at? I'll have to cut this.
You were at the part
Texting
where...
Jackson. You were texting.
Oh, okay. I texted Jackson at 9 after he didn't answer, and I said, yo, Haas, if you ghost tonight, you're off the pod. Like, I'm just pissed. Like, I hate... Like, you said you'd be able to do it today, and now just, like, you haven't said anything all day, and now it's 9 o'clock, and, like, where are you? You're just like, no shit.
No, but you know what's crazy?
What's crazy?
I'm just going to add this part
Am I leaving something out already?
Well, no, you're not leaving something out in terms of Haas, but remember, you and I were sitting in the... Or you were streaming, and I was sitting in your chat, and I had checked, and Haas was active at 8:30. It was 9:30. So he was active an hour prior. So how was he asleep since 3?
I don't know.
I just realized that. Though. How was he asleep?
I don't know. Maybe Izzy got on his controller. I'm not gonna like.
Yeah, I'm just
think that he was like flaking. So I don't know. But so I texted. I was like, yeah, Haas, if you ghost, whatever. You're off the pod. Nothing happens. I'm like, alright, Sam, I guess pod's not happening tonight. Next day, this sort of also made me mad. He just texts back without saying, like, my bad or anything. He just texts back, like, hey, are we doing the pod tonight? Like, he didn't say, like, my bad for ghosting or anything, which sort of rubbed me the wrong way. And he just like, hey, we're doing the pod. Like, just like nothing happened. I was like, oh, you're actually not doing the pod because you're off of it. I'm tired of it. Pretty much.
Yeah.
And then this is where it's like, it was just a lot. Then me and Sam and Haas in a group chat, and he was like, bruh, you're acting like an asshole. It's not that big of a deal, right? Isn't that where it went straight ahead?
Yeah, basically.
And I was
he said,
like, I don't want to leave out anything. I want this to be as objective as possible. So.
I'll be Haas.
Okay.
He goes, bro, I have sickness, and that's why I wasn't on the pod. Like, all things aside, basically, we're friends at the end of the day, and you should like care about the fact that I was sick. You know.
Okay, yeah. So Haas said that, and I said, I think I was like, bro, you have frat flu. It's because we went to the party, and I don't know if maybe the listeners have like gone to like another location for a party, but I swear it always happens. You just get like a little like congested and sick. I mean, you don't feel good for sure. And I'd understand if he was calling out of a physical job or something, right? But the day before we were playing like video games together, like speaking into a mic, talking. That's literally what the podcast is. So I was like, that doesn't excuse you from the pod. Like you weren't deathly sick, is what I said. I don't know. Is that crazy to say, Gated? You could.
No, that's valid. No, if he was literally playing video games the same day he called out of the podcast.
It was the day before, when we were saying we'd do it the next day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so-
mean, no, it's not like you're going into a like, oh, I have to. No, you're just talking.
This is what I had to say about it.
But there's still more. But yeah, you can say what
well,
you're
I'll
thinking right now.
quickly say this because it's relevant to what you just said. So you said like you understand if he was calling out of a job, but the whole thing is, and I know you feel this way. You want to take this seriously, and yeah, we all did it together because we're friends, and we have like a good chemistry to be able to talk with each other.
Yeah, and it's like fun, obviously.
But at the same time, we want to take it serious so it can actually, be something. Because at the end of the day, that's why we're doing it.
And that's
right?
what, yeah, like we already had like
And
the
so-
little falling out where you guys were like, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll take it seriously.
Exactly. And so when you say you want to take it seriously, that's basically like saying this is more than just for fun. This is like a job. And so, in a sense, I feel like Haas could have done a better job at being proactive and letting you know that he was
Yes.
not going to make it again. But
It
what
would've-
happened is he had taken a nap, and he apparently wasn't managing his time well and slept through everything, which, like I said,
He
if this is
does
gonna
all the
take it-
time too.
yeah, which is true, and that's not necessarily his fault. Whatever, it might be, narcolepsy or whatever it is. Narcolepsy is when you can't sleep, but if we're gonna say it's a job, like a real job, then he's gonna have to treat it like one, and that's where he made that fatal mistake.
Yeah, if he would have said it like 3 p.m., like even like 2 hours before, which would not be a normal job thing. If he would have said it like 7, like, hey, like I'm feeling like actual ass, I can't do it. Like, I'm sorry. Then I'd be like, okay, at least he said something, but he just like overslept and then acted like nothing happened, which is like, I take it seriously.
I hang out with Freddie a lot, or I used to. He does not like. We cannot stand that when someone will invite Freddie over. We'll have this entire day planned out, and then he won't respond. And all of a sudden it'll be
God.
7 o'clock, and he'll say he was going to be at the house at 6, and he doesn't respond. And then he won't. And then we'll call him. We'll spam call him. Doesn't respond. Text him. Doesn't respond. And then it'll be like 2 days, 3 days later, still don't get a response. And then he'll just text us one day and be like, "What's up, boys?"
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, then send a message. Tell us. Like, at least, I don't even care if you don't come. Tell me that you're not coming. Tell me that something happened. Like, don't just leave us in suspense if you're going to show up or not. So I
Yeah,
agree. I
so-
hate that.
Yeah,
I can't stand
And then
communication is key.
In the group chat after that, I was like, I said that pretty much like, this is like a normal job. I don't see that. And then he said like, I should get special treatment because I'm your friend, or I should care more. Is that right?
Yeah,
Is
but
that
also
so-
special treatment.
He said, yeah, like he should get special treatment. And I was like, well, yeah, you're all my friend, and I care that you're sick, but like, as like a co-host of the pod, like if I'm doing it, I literally said if I'm doing it with 2 random people, and one of them no shows and oversleeps and doesn't say anything, like I'm also pissed. Like, and
Yeah, you basically said
like,
to
as a
him, like,
friend,
this is separate from friendship, even though
yeah,
like, it
like you
started
have
as that,
to.
It's more than that.
I sort of wanted to go into like 2 of our friends started a business together, but it is different. I was like, I shouldn't say it because they like actually put in hella money together, so it is a lot different. And with like actual stakes wise, like if we all quit the pod, we contributed time to it, but not actual money. But I was gonna say
Yeah.
like, well, imagine if Justin just like overslept one day. He's like, oh my bad, I slept too long. But it is different, so I didn't say that. But so yeah, basically after that, Hoss was just like, yeah, you're being an asshole, but I guess I understand. And then, so I just want to know, am I the asshole? I said, I don't think I'm being an asshole. I think I'm just being like a good podcast owner, pretty much.
I think the unfortunate thing for Haas and I'll say this because he was a co-host and a dear friend, and also
He was a
finding
dear
out-
friend. Okay, also hold up. Haas literally texted me today, the day after. He's like, "I'm not angry about it anymore. Like we're chill. Like me and Haas don't have any beef at all. It was just like
He's a
business
dear friend.
moment."
Yeah, but like I was saying, and finding out just moments ago that he missed one extra day than me. I think the unfortunate thing for him is that his misses came at really bad times, and also more often than not were no call no show misses, and I think that was the nail
Yeah,
in the
that's also true.
in the
That is
coffin
true.
for him.
Well, I can also say, as someone who worked at NBI, for like when you get more points, you get scrutinized more for not showing up and not calling. That's literally any
Yeah.
job. So like even just in reality, like in the world, if I were to go, I played drums at church. If I did not show up at church, and I was just like slept in, and then I all of a sudden everybody was calling me, and I didn't respond till like 5 in the afternoon, they'd be pissed. But if I was like, "Hey, I can't show up because of whatever reason," then they'd be
Yeah,
like,
I
"Okay,
mean
it's
that
fine.
just
It
makes
is what it is. We
sense.
can't
'Cause
really help
then-
it, but it's whatever." And I don't. That's like voluntarily. This is the same thing as volunteer.
Yeah, because they can
I think-
prepare around it and they can actually like adapt
Yeah.
to the situation. To just
And
be
that's what I
like
told Haas.
assassinated.
I told Haas that when y'all were texting back and forth because I didn't really want to get in between it, mainly because he was in the Discord with me. I said, if you had just like communicated it sooner, then you missing this most recent one wouldn't probably weigh as much in Cam's head because he wouldn't have told Gaden, "Oh yeah, I'm having Haas go to bed." You know what I mean? And we could have
Yeah.
still done the pod.
Dude, even
But
if he
with-
would have like texted the next day and been like, "I'm so sorry, like I overslept, like that's my bad, will not happen again." But he just acted like it wasn't a big deal, and I was like, "Well, if he doesn't think it's a big deal, then I guess
Yeah.
he doesn't need to be on." Like just straight
Yeah,
up.
it's kind of like I understand that too, because then it kind of makes it look like it's like so you don't really care about doing it. Is kind
Yeah.
of the point. It's like there's no remorse, and it's like okay, so it's just another thing. So you don't really look at it as a big deal.
It's like if
So
you're
therefore he's
coaching-
gonna do it again.
If you're coaching like a basketball team or something, I don't know if you guys have ever done it. But and then like the players lose the game, like they just got blown out and they're just like goofing off, sort of, or just like acting like nothing really happened. Like if you're a coach, that fucking pisses you off. Like show some like
Act like you care at least.
yeah, like act like it's just like affected you or something. I don't know. It's,
Yeah.
But so yeah, viewers, on a comment if I'm the asshole. If I am, like, be straight up with me. Don't blow me. I don't want either of you saying either because you're like with me and Haas isn't here, so you might be more biased to say me just to agree with me. I don't know. Just like I actually want to know because if
No, I
wasn't-
agree with you. I mean, like I said, Freddie does that all the time. It's super annoying. That's literally that's the cause of it. It's just that he didn't like it's like he didn't really show that he cared enough because he seemed to blow it off and not say something. If you would say something, if you don't, that's also just like just being a nice person. It's like courteous of others' time is you let them know if you can or can't do something. It's better just to be honest, and communication is the best thing. You don't have
Yeah.
communication, it falls apart.
So let's talk about the elephant thing now that that I've been wanting to talk about for like a week and a half. And there was a shooting at this college I go to, which is crazy because it affects like me and Sam. Because Sam's sister goes here too, and I
Indeed.
go here. It's like,
Oh yeah, I forgot
yeah.
about that.
Wait, do you want me to
Yeah.
say like where I was and what happened first, or do you want to start talking about it?
Yeah, you can lead off since you were
Okay.
actually.
Yeah,
singing.
for me, I was just eating at our local Bojangles, which was like on campus. And I was just eating, and I went to just use the bathroom and take a crap. And when I wiped my ass and came outside, like picture you're coming out of the bathroom, a bunch of people were just sprinting and screaming to the back of the Bojangles. So I was like, what the hell is going on? And I went up to a chick and I was like, what is happening? And she said, yeah, there were shots fired less than 800 feet away. And it was on the like road in between this Bojangles and like our local gym. And it was like just hella close. So I was like, oh fuck. And I just freaked out. And then I waited till it died down a little bit and went to the gym, like walked to the gym and just went in there and lifted for a while. And we were just like on lockdown for 3 hours. But I never really felt fear about it. But it was just a whole sketchy situation. I never thought my school would get shot up. But what happened with your sister?
My sister, I'll start it off by saying she has always had, and I don't want to downplay it and say it's an irrational fear because it is like the reality of the school system that we live in here in the United States, somewhat.
Yeah.
It's pretty frequent that these things happen. So she's always had a fear of being a part of like a school shooting, like being a victim. My sister is doing laundry. She's a freshman at this school. She's in a rush because she had plans to go down to one of the yoga rooms in one of the gyms. And so she's finishing her laundry. She's not looking at her phone. She throws her phone in her pocket and runs down across campus or however far it is to this yoga room. And she walks in, opens up the door into this like room that just has yoga mats and there's mirrors like all over the walls everywhere. She doesn't see any of her friends that are supposed to be there, and she's like, that's weird. So then she looks at her phone and she sees the alert and it says like active shooter, stay in place,
Yeah,
blah
holy
blah.
shit.
She said
That's
that her
crazy.
like heart dropped, and she like moments after that she heard people like talking in like this closet down the hallway or something. And she was like, oh, they're like taking shelter in there, let me like get in with them. And so she goes over there and she's like knocking on the door and she's like already crying. She's like, please let me in, like please. And like they all just go silent according to her,
Damn.
which is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
That's what we're all taught. Like it doesn't matter because in theory, like the gunman could have her hostage holding a gun to her head and telling her to say that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or he's gonna blow her brains out type deal. So they don't open it, and in hindsight, she says like she would have done the same thing. She wouldn't open the door. But so she goes back to the yoga room, and this door to the room doesn't lock. It opens outward too, so she can't like barricade it. And there's absolutely no cover in the room at all. She's all by herself. Mirrors all over the wall, and so she gets the yoga mats and like stacks them up and tries to make a little barricade for herself to hide behind. And for the next 3-4 hours, whatever it was, she's on the phone, like just like not saying anything, and my parents are like talking with her, but like not really talking, just like staying on the line in case anything happens. And she's just like freaking the fuck out, just like thinking like this is it, she's gonna die. I mean, she was in a really bad
Did she stay in
spot.
there the whole lockdown too?
The whole
time?
lockdown.
Dude, that's ass.
Alone in a room that doesn't lock, unfamiliar to the whole campus in general.
Oh yeah, because she was a freshman.
Yeah. And there's mirrors all over the wall, so like if anyone peeps in there and they're like trying to do harm, she's fucked, you know what I mean?
Lucky enough though, it was just like I think it was like it wasn't like a mass shooter, at least. I guess lucky enough in quotation. It was just like a targeted attack on a professor. The dude, the freaking the like, what is it called when they know what the suspect looks like? Is like the detailing of him or something?
Yeah, the oh gosh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Description?
Yeah, that's
description.
The description was an Asian dude in a gray shirt. So I was like, thank God they didn't get the description out before I walked to the gym, and they let me in.
Yeah,
I'd have been freaking gunned down. But it was just like a targeted attack on like the professor, but he did die sadly. They think it was because like the professor failed him or something. He was a PhD student, so he was going here for like a fat minute. I couldn't imagine going to school for 6+ years and throwing it away instantly, bro.
Bro, what would you have done if you would have gone to go to the gym and they look down at their phone and they say
Asian,
and they put their hand out and they go no.
Yeah,
everybody just starts running. What would you do?
The cops pull up. I don't know, honestly. I'd probably start sprinting away. Actually, I don't know if I started sprinting away and the cops saw an Asian guy. They actually did blick an Asian dude. Not blick him, but they just like found the first Asian dude in a gray shirt they saw and like took him into custody, but it wasn't him.
I saw that, yeah.
And
that was thanks to the social
to
media stuff too. I think that affected like their search.
I really don't know what I would have done. I probably just would have walked back to the Bojangles as calmly as possible. Until it was like, Asian male spotted entering Bojangles. Prime suspect.
Or you turn yourself in.
Turn myself in?
It's not me. It's not me. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
They have a whole helicopter following him. He's in the Bojangles. The suspect is in the Bojangles.
Suspect identified as Cameron Hatchet. Like, they just saw that after... And the news and everyone sees that shit.
Nuts.
No, dude, I had a crazy discussion with Rack about it though. So you know how some people like are probably carrying, I know you're not allowed to on college campus, but we made up this hypothetical where you could carry. Like, if you had a concealed carry, you could get like another permit to carry because of like gun violence and
campus?
shit. Yeah, and so say you're in like a fat auditorium. I don't know if you've been in like a big school room Gaten, but you probably picture it. It's just like the middle school one, like the auditorium.
Yeah.
Except picture like the chairs in the back are up stair level.
It gets steeper.
So it's like it gets steeper as it goes down.
Yeah.
So like the thing was, say you're sitting in the back, you get to carry a gun, and then front row a guy just pulls out an AR-15 and starts gunning down people. Do you run immediately or do you try to blick him and stop him?
Oh, I pull out my gun, bro. I'm so serious.
And you're gonna try to kill him?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you could tell based off how I was texting the day that stuff was going down at y'all's school, but if I was anywhere close to there,
oh yeah, that's because your sister.
I probably would have got arrested, but I would have tried my damnedest to go and find that dude and kill him. At the time, now that I know it was a targeted attack,
I know what you mean.
as bad as that is, but yeah, I mean,
I'd let it go.
harm to my family, bro, or anyone that I care about, which I guess that's changing the hypothetical, but anyone I care about, oh, I don't care. I'll jump in front of the bullet. I'm so serious.
What would you do, Gabe? I said I'd sprint away. Like, even if I have a gun, I'm preserving myself at all times and just running away instantly.
You know, if you want, yeah, like it depends on how much. Well, nah, the honest answer is I'm a fucking flight boy. I run so fast, dude. I'm not a. But like maybe if I was like, I don't know, maybe if I like really was good at shooting, probably not. Honestly, I'm probably like more of a flight man.
Yeah, that's
So
what
you
I'm
guys
saying.
don't
Maybe
like.
I'd try to like sit behind the seat until maybe I could like get enough people out of the way to shoot him. Like, 'cause you gotta think everybody's running straight towards you if you're at the top.
Yeah, no.
Right?
I would just
So how are you supposed to even like? That's like trying to get through the entire crowd, and it's like then you're just gonna get shot somehow. It's like.
That's what I was saying. I was like, the risk, like, even if I'm a good shooter, it's probably hard to hit them with a pistol, right? I don't want to risk it. Like, imagine you miss, he hears your shot go off, he's turning to you immediately. I'm just dipping.
I don't know. I think a lot of people like that are pussies, bro. He's running as soon as he sees shots fired at him. That's my mindset, and I guess I should say, it might mainly just be family, and especially like my little sister. I just blindly, like, if she's ever in danger, like I instantly like change as a human. I don't know what it is. So, at least if it was her,
yeah,
like I'm 100%. Like if he's shooting at me and she's in the vicinity, I'm jumping in front of the bullet. If he's shooting at other people and she's there, and I have a gun, I'm shooting at him. If my sister's not around,
like no one you care about around, and you have a gun, and I
have a gun. That's difficult because I don't know what feeling I'd get like in my head and body. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know I've seen my sister in danger before, and then this recently. So, and I've reacted the same way every time.
Also,
so
we gotta remember
I don't know.
He's not a Navy SEAL. You know what I'm saying?
That too.
This
like
guy is probably gonna be ass at shooting from like if you're 50 feet away and
he's got an AR-15. He can spray way more bullets than you can with your like concealed pistol carry permit thing.
Absolutely, you're very.
If you think about it,
there.
The only real mass shooting in the United States that ever had a trained marksman was the Vegas shooting. That dude did his training to be able to pull that off.
Ugh.
But like all the school shootings, it's like people that are demented and have their own problems, probably bullied, stuff like that. It's never just because they're just satanic to their core, you know? So there's like an average, ordinary person, so they can't be any better than anyone else, like with a gun. Anyone else that also owns a gun, you know what I'm saying? Like the skill gap's not going to be that insane.
Well, the reason I brought it up is because when I said I'd run, Rex said he would, and he said the reason is he thought it was unethical if you don't have a gun. I want to know what you guys thought. Like he said he thought it was unethical if you have a gun to not try and stop him and save people.
Yeah, I could agree with Rack's statement on that too, because they do kind of train you and teach you, especially with conceal. Like you're not ever trying to shoot to kill or anything like that, but like a big reason to get your conceal is to be like a public defender outside of like the police,
like a
and stuff
vigilante,
like
that.
No, not vigilante, but like a public defender. That's what they would call it, a public defender.
I just thought that was crazy to say it was unethical, because I was like, so if you're like walking by a gas station and you hear gun touching the gas station, you're like pulling out your gun and sprinting in just like to save people's lives?
It's when you're involved directly, I would say it'd be unethical. But if you're like not a part of the actual interaction,
Yeah.
then I wouldn't
Maybe
say
I
so.
am
I
on the
don't think
hot
it's
take side.
I don't
Nah,
think
but
it's
no
your job
offense
to
to
run
Jack.
in.
No offense to Jack, but if Jack would miss 2 bullets and be like, "I'm fucking done," and then run. Jack is not. Look, I've known Jack. Dude, there's no way that bro is talking about like he's staying there and shooting 7 bullets and loading another clip and being like, "I'm fucking taking you down."
No, but he just said it's
You're
like
going down
he said it's
with me."
unethical in
Dude,
general.
that guy would miss 1 bullet and be like, "I'm fucking drop the gun and run." He's not
I
doing
agree.
that.
You're mag dumping every single time, bro. You're not a
Oh,
trained
for
shooter,
sure.
so you're freaking out. Even if you
Yeah.
have gun training, you're mag dumping every time as a civilian, bro.
Well, also,
Like a
like you
pistol,
gotta
you
think.
can pop off 9 rounds fast.
People who are like calm in that to think right to be in a situation in which you are scared, the only way to be like normal in that situation and be calm headed, most of the time most people aren't going to be. You just have to be naturally good at it, but most people you have to be in the situation once. So like if you were in the military and you've been shot at, you'd be pretty good in that situation. If you're just Cameron Hatchin
That's
and
what
you
I
just got out of high
said.
school,
I was like, bro,
you're
you'll
not
be
going to
filled
be
with
fucking good at that
so much
situation unless, like
adrenaline.
I said, you just have like you are someone who does not care and you just are like you have that fight instinct, which most people probably wouldn't have that right there. Then you just also like if you're 50, 60 feet away from this guy with a pistol, good luck, soldier. But maybe if you're down at the bottom or like you're behind a stage somehow or a podium and you were backstage and you were gonna talk because you're president or something, and maybe you like he's facing completely opposite of you shooting at people, then yeah, I could see that. Pull up on the boy from behind. Bah, 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 bah.
So let me get this right then. The hypothetical is we're in the second deck.
No,
He's shooting
we're
people
back row. We're back row. So I could
farthest
literally,
row.
I could
And
literally
there's
just
people. He's shooting the people in the front, and we have a pistol.
he's in the
I
front.
don't see how if you're the type to pull out your pistol, right, and you are like willing to shoot, because some people like are willing to pull their gun out, but they can't pull the trigger. That's a lot of people's problem.
Yeah.
You pull your gun out, you fire off a round. You have to jump on this guy every day of the week. You're the farthest back. Like you're at least gonna mag dump. I think every single human is. I don't see a scenario where you don't, unless he instantly aimbot flicks onto your into your general direction and starts firing off rounds. What's gonna spook you? You know what I mean? Like you got to jump on him.
No, I don't know, dude.
I would say I would try to spook him. I would
Yes,
like to think,
shoot a couple
I would at
rounds.
least like to think that I would try to shoot bullets in his general direction to maybe make him shit himself a little bit, and then maybe like take his target off of, and then I fucking bolt, of course.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
also,
of course. You got to worry about yourself.
I also don't. What if like you have the gun, and then all of a sudden you also get arrested, and then what if you get shot by the cops? Could you imagine? They're like, "Oh, you got a fucking gun?"
Yeah.
Bro, anyone with the conceal is gonna know how to handle that type of situation. They teach
Yeah.
you that too.
Of course, yeah.
But
I just think in the situation also, it's like I'm in the middle of my lecture, all of a sudden I look down, a dude's got an AR-15. I'm panicking. If I have a gun, I'm like shaking. I'm freaking out more than I've ever freaked out in my life. Like I'm not worried about anyone else. If he's not looking at me, I'm just dipping, bro. I'm saving my own life 100% of the time before I even think about like pulling out a gun. And
Well, yeah, that's the
maximum adrenaline, like, oh my god, I can't even hit a shot. Like I'm getting out of there as fast as possible.
well, so that's the first thing that they teach you though is you got to worry about yourself before you can protect others. So if you are one with a gun, you have to put yourself in a situation to protect everyone else. And to do that, you have to protect yourself first. Which doesn't mean necessarily run away, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, obviously if bro pulls out a gun and I'm like in execution, like where I can hold circle to execute animation them, if I'm that close to them and I can just pop them for free, of course I'm doing that. Like I would definitely do it to save people, but I'm just like not putting myself in any extra harm's way. If I'm in the back row, I can just flip over the back of my seat and it'll be impossible for him to shoot me because of the angle, because it levels off at the top at behind it. So if he's bottom row, it's literally impossible for him to shoot you.
I think it's also just where we are. In the scenario, we're too far back to really do anything with a pistol, realistically.
I mean, we're thinking of
Unless,
a
like we said,
massive
unless you're-
auditorium here, aren't we? 60 feet away from where the gunman is. The gunman's like at the chalkboard.
Chalkboard? Even then, okay. Even
Because that's
if
the
it-
biggest
No,
fucking
not at the
auditorium.
chalkboard. He's at the
Well, then
front
we're
row.
not-
Front row.
We're not
of
like
the-
60 feet, are we?
Oh, okay. Well, then
We're
what's
pretty
like, what,
far
30
away,
feet?
bro.
20
Like,
to 30? Even 20 to 30 feet. If you're not a
No, dude, I would
trained-
say
That's
20 to
pretty
30
I would
feet,
100%
12 round
say
mag.
60 feet.
You shoot all 12 at them. You definitely get.
I need
that
to take a flick
motherfucker.
of this auditorium.
You hit them once. You gotta hit them once. If you own a gun, you're
Okay,
good.
I just
enough
want to
shot
know
hit
if you
'em
guys
once.
would even risk it or not. Okay, interesting. I guess not.
Yeah.
I thought it would be like unanimous run away.
I would
Well,
like.
I
to,
agree.
I
I
would
think
like
I'd probably
to
run
think-
away with y'all. But if my sister's in there, or my parents, or like y'all, or anyone like that, and I have a gun, I'm at least making sure y'all get out of there first.
Boy,
Like
you're
at the
real
very
one, dude.
least, popping off enough rounds to distract the dude,
It is hard if
or
I have a
spook
long
him
rifle.
to
I don't
take
know.
cover, right? And then y'all all get out of there at least. And then I'm running too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
But if no one I know's in there, I may do the same
dude, it's
and dip out of
really
there with y'all.
hard. I love all my friends, obviously, but like if they're like, I don't know. That's a hard situation.
mean,
like
I
The
would
last
like
thing
to
I'll
think
say-
I would throw myself out in front of a bullet, but who knows until it happens.
I don't know if like
Yeah.
like
That
if
is
Haas
very
is
true.
third row, and
Well,
like
he's not a part of the
I-
podcast anymore. Now,
Dude,
it's time to leave.
Hoss isn't gonna be third row, bro. He's gonna be asleep at home.
oh he's missing class. He's safe.
I'm sorry,
Let's
Hoss.
go.
That's too soon.
That was good. I don't know. It's hard, dude. It's hard until you're in the situation. I feel like is the ultimate answer. Like Rack was talking, like, bro, of course I'd mag dump him. Like it's the only ethical thing you could do, man. And I'm like, bro, like I don't know. I think you'd be way more I think you'd be way more freaking out than you think.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Depends on how you react. Your adrenaline. I bet every scenario is different. So.
I've seen
Like,
Jack freak out over his dogs barking when it's 12 at night. Trust me, this dude is not mag dumping when a guy is shooting at him.
Damn right.
I will say this. Closing remarks on this because we've been talking about it a while. In Rack's defense, and I don't know if you guys have shotguns or not, but there is something very powerful about having a gun in a situation where another person would have a gun. I would think just having a gun in general when no one
it's
else has a
definitely
gun
better than not
is
having
extremely
a gun.
powerful. So if you were put in an active shooter situation and the shooter's right in front of you and you're the one with another gun, you have options at least. And I feel like with that being said, you may actually pull out the gun and do something about
If
it.
he's
I mean,
directly in front of you, yeah. I'm just saying if I have a 100% success rate, right? If I have a 100% success rate on flee in my mind, like if I click the runaway button, it's 100%. I can survive. Or if it's like take some shots at boy, even if it's 80%, I think I'm still running. Like I'm making sure I live. Like I'm sorry.
yeah,
people.
which is fine.
Understandable.
You just have to live with the
Yeah.
survivor's guilt,
That's what they said too. I know. But I was like, I don't know, dude. I would just be like, I
which
fucking
is a
got out
very
of
real
there.
thing. I think. For
Yeah, I know.
everyone, unless
Twitter
it's
warriors,
Micah.
dude. Nowadays, if you say like I ran away to save my life, they'd be like, "You fucking terrible person! How could you not save everyone?" I'm
No,
like,
I think it's fucked up when people go to that level, but I
Yeah.
do think survivor's guilt is real
okay.
for
Oh,
everyone.
100%.
But
So-
anyway, that was a good tangent.
So like Rack's party this weekend, I sort of wish Haas could talk on it, but it was pretty fun vibes. There was two like relevant things that happened. One thing, I don't vape, but I've always thought like there's this genius business idea to buy a vape. Like there's some nicotine fiends up here. So I literally went and bought a vape and I was gonna try to sell it for $1 a hit. How do you think that went?
I'd say pretty successful.
Do you think I made
Pretty
my $20
successful.
back? Or do you think
From
I
hearing from knowing a lad that used to do that to one of his friends, I think pretty successful. I would say pretty successful.
I
Well-
would say pretty successful unless people were smart enough to be like, oh, this guy right beside you has a vape? Oh,
That's
no,
where I'm
okay,
going.
that's
So I
great.
bought the vape, and I was like, "Bet I'm gonna make a bank." And I was literally
Yeah.
like, "Hey, yo, you guys want a hit of this crisp vape?" And they'd be like, "Hey, I'm fiending." And then they'd look at someone else and be like, "Hey, yo, can I hit your vape?" Like right in front of me. And I was like, "Damn, I'm getting undercut. I'm getting undercut in the market." So yeah, I got so mad I just raged and gave the vape to my roommate the next day.
They started
So I,
vaping.
so I lost $20.
Guy that I know must have just knew somebody that was really a fiend, huh?
Yes, the guy you know. Anyway, fucking fiend. I thought I could cash in. But another thing that happened was I got like railed by my roommate. So you guys know how we do the, or not pause, not actually. Do you know the broken Spanish our friend group sometimes talks in? If you say
Give me an
like,
example.
for example, like I was just talking Spanish without actually saying the word. So if I'm like, oh my god, we're in hella trouble, I'd be like, oh, We're in Mas Trouble, but trouble isn't actually the Spanish word for trouble.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Spanglish.
Yeah, I literally speak Spanglish all the time. So we were eating the cake at Rex's birthday. I looked at Zach and I was like, "Can you pass me some moss cock?" And I looked at Zach's face and he did the like Sack and Jim Halpert face, and he insta spammed the group chat. And now my whole house thinks I'm gay. But that's the second thing that happened at Rex's birthday.
Thinks you're gay, like actually?
No, but they now that's the ongoing joke, and I want to kill myself.
It feels
To be
bad.
fair,
I knew
Cameron
someone
never
that-
says stuff like that. So I'm glad someone called him out
Yeah.
on it when the first time he tries it.
I was gonna
That
say
way we'll
Moss
never do it again.
cock A, like cock A, but Zach's face stopped me at cock, and I was like, "Fuck." Did the eyebrow raise?
Yeah, I can see it right now. We know that if it was Blake.
Oh, if it was Blake.
Yeah, everybody would just laugh, and then Blake would go, "Hee," and everybody would forget about it. But because it's Cameron, I'm glad nobody let it go.
No, they didn't let it go. I vomited so bad. Have you guys kept up with the Logan Paul Dylan Dennis fight at all?
I've watched some podcasts of Dylan Dennis talking about it, and then other people like commentating on him taking it too far with his wife and
Yeah,
stuff
have
like
you
that.
seen those tweets? Dude, effing chat for Logan. Like hard.
I haven't seen the newest ones. What are they?
Oh my. Gaten, have you kept up with it at all?
I've just heard that like I
Oh
would
my.
see like Logan Paul made that cake or whatever, and I saw that like on Instagram or something, or like
No, bruh.
YouTube short, and then literally all the comments were like, "Bro, it doesn't touch
It's
what he said about
bad.
you on Twitter."
So basically, Logan got like married recently. I don't know how recently. Does any of you know? I don't know if it's
No.
like over a year or less than a year.
No, it's less.
It's
like
hella
a couple
less?
months, man.
Oh,
it's like a
damn.
few months fresh.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So he's like with a girl, right? And like whenever he was talking to her on his big podcast, he was like, "Yeah, I knew you were special because you made me wait to have sex with you." So everyone was like, "Oh, this chick's a good girl." Dylan Dennis like found some receipts. Like every day he posts like 5 pictures of this chick with a different dude.
That's insane.
It is like, oh, dude, she is like one of the most popular chicks in LA. It looks like. I think the amount of tweets is like over 150.
Damn.
And hold up, I want to share my screen and show you guys this one. This one got
I gotta say though, Dylan Dennis is the only reason that fight is hyped up right now.
No,
Logan hasn't
yeah,
done
for
anything
sure.
to promote it, and Dylan Dennis is trying to make sure that they get their money.
it
Like,
made
hell,
me.
it could be
No,
rigged
I
in
don't
favor
think
of
they
Logan.
like. I don't think they like each other. To be honest, after this shit,
I don't
like,
think they do either. But you got to promote the fight, and this is Dylan Dennis's way. Might not
Oh,
be the
shit.
right way, but it's a
Dude.
way.
So this is the craziest vid that like sent the internet into. It had 138 million Twitter views, which is like on YouTube. That's like a 60 million view video. Like this is like omega viral. I'm gonna share my screen.
Dang.
Twitter has been blowing up. Like he said, like he has all the hype around the fight for sure. Like I'm
Yeah.
hyped for this fight now. But okay, this is the video that like broke the internet after Nina's been a supposed good girl, and
Alright.
like this video's pretty bad.
Yep.
Dude.
By the way, I'm very proud of myself. This
It goes
is the
on for a while.
longest I've ever gone without sex since I started. Obviously, it's driving me crazy.
Wait, it's
I
the
am struggling. I need penis inside of me.
Whoa!
ASAP.
wait.
Like, all I want is like a big fat sausage just.
Oh, I saw this
destroying
part.
My body. So, if any of you guys know a good dick that doesn't have STDs on it, I'll take it.
Is that not
That's
crazy, dude?
insane,
That's
bro.
tough. That's tough.
Dude,
Feels
it-
bad if you're Logan.
it's
bro.
like-
That's all I gotta say.
It's like if you're a dude, like, you know, every chick's had their like sexual history and shit. So it's like,
Yeah.
like, because everyone's gonna have sexual history. Like, as a dude, you're gonna have sexual history too. But you don't want to like thrust in your face like this, bruh.
Oh yeah.
And, like,
no
to
doubt. Especially
this
dirty
extent?
laundry aired out. Yeah, on this
Holy
level.
Fuck, bruh.
Most people would rather just never be said. Just never talk about it
Yeah.
for
unless it's
sure.
asked.
Like,
Don't
Yeah,
ask.
that's
Don't
tough.
tell.
especially when her reputation leading up to it was like, oh, this is a good girl. Like, and plus in Logan's mind, he's like, oh, she's probably hella pure. Like, she's making me wait for sex. Like, I'm Logan Paul. I own Prime. I have like a $300 million business.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, and it's so sad. Dude. It's crazy how it works because like Logan Paul, hella successful dude, obviously, but like it has like fucking homeless Jerry, like a 3 out of 10, an alcoholic, being like, damn, I feel bad for my boy Logan. just because
Yeah.
just because of the girl he has.
The only thing I'll say, in terms of what I don't like
God.
with Dylan Dennis doing it, is it sucks for the girl, which I can't remember her name. But
Nina? Yeah.
Nina, yeah, it sucks for her because she's kind of catching strays that I don't really think are
It's
deserved.
hella strays, yeah.
And I'm all for like Dylan going at Logan's throat, but it's at a cost of someone else's like actual like personal life outside of Logan. It's
Yeah.
Nina. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel bad for her too. I don't know if I feel like I'm sort of
To be
like
fair, though, you post something like that.
she didn't post that though
On
for
the
sure.
internet.
She
Yeah, that
definitely
was
didn't
sent-
post. That was
that
like
was sent
private
into-
story shit.
Yeah, like someone like. Sent
But
that
also is
behind her
posted,
back.
I guess. Also is retarded. It was probably like a friend like story, like
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you, dude, like, you gotta watch out there, son. Like, I wouldn't even send. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't even send any of you guys anything remotely close to that. I don't think. Like,
No, I wouldn't either.
and if I did, it'd be like clearly a joke.
Yeah.
No, but like, that's clearly not. Like, that's like to the extent of
Like
like.
she is like
that's-
starving for the dick, bruh. She is like
She took the
starving.
time to cut, dude. They
She cut
20
it
seconds
off.
long, and she cut it up herself and was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna send this. I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, I'll have him post that. Yeah, that looks good." Nah.
You make a good point, Gaten, and I fully agree. But at the same time, it's the whole thing with like, say you send a nude photo to your significant other, you guys break up, and then you become an influencer, and then that person leaks all your pictures.
That's not your fault.
Yeah, you sent it to them, but should they really be leaking that shit? Like,
no, like it's definitely
it's kind of fucked
it's
up.
not your fault.
you know
It's
what I
sort of like when people talk off the record. Like, do you keep up with like Bobby Althoff? This is sort of a segment change. I want to stay on this,
Yeah.
but like how people were accusing her of fucking Drake, and then
Mhm.
she said to Dave Portnoy, like, no, off the record. No, I didn't. Like, it's still like Dave Portnoy shouldn't even bring it up, but they did bring it up still, and they like got in a hell of a lot of shit. Like she doesn't DM him thinking like, oh, this is gonna be talked about in the podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, of course not. Of course. No, she of course like that shouldn't happen.
Like it
But-
should. Like it's
Okay.
not her fault.
I agree with Gaten that you should just refrain from sending videos or even like what I was saying, like crazy pictures to anyone. But at the same time, it kind of does work both ways, where the person receiving them shouldn't, disseminate whatever it is after like
Also,
a
though,
bridge has been burned or whatever. So it's like a
someone-
two-way street for both people.
Someone sending a picture or a video of them being naked is or doing any sexual act as like to a significant other is that's a pornography at that point. That's like OnlyFans. That's
No, I mean-
completely different than like someone taking a video of themselves like that.
But
And
is it? It's all
talking.
private.
No, I think it
privately
is that
sent
different.
stuff.
Because it is like that's like the same level of a nude photo. Because like a nude photo is
Yeah.
like the most extreme thing you'd send to a significant other, but like that's like the most extreme thing you'd send to a friend. It's sort of like the same trust still, though.
Yeah,
being
like I get
broken.
one has like a lot more one's a lot more taboo. I mean, I think that's the best way to put it, but like it's still privately sent stuff, and there's like a code to that.
No,
Even if
yeah,
one is more severe than the other.
Shit like that either.
I don't know
I
if
would never.
like I feel bad for Logan. Like if I'm Logan, I'm like, all right, wedding's off, but I'm sort of glad I know her history now. She's been like the
Yeah,
most
right?
she's the most ran through chick in LA. I'd be like, all right.
Yeah.
Because no dude also wants a chick that's ran through, especially when the whole world knows about it now. God,
Yeah,
I
dude,
feel
that's
so bad
tough.
for Logan. Like, get the fuck out of there, my boy.
He's at like Adam 22's level now.
Yeah,
Pretty,
no,
No, he's not on
Good job.
Adam 22.
It's funny
No,
'cause-
it's not. But it's
they're
pretty
like
tough.
two different things. I don't know. There's similar. It's funny because like Adam 22 is one of the people defending him on Twitter, and Dylan Dennis is like, hold up, let me go jerk off real quick, and has a picture of his wife taking it. He's actually crazy.
That's
Dylan-
pretty funny. That's
Yeah.
pretty funny.
Dylan Dennis.
Yeah, I don't
That's
feel
top
bad
tier.
for Logan at all. He's a what's it
Yeah.
called? Consenting individual within this like fight. Nina isn't
Yeah.
per se, so that's why I would feel
You guys
somewhat
think,
worse for her.
This wedding will not last now, though? I think it will, dude. That's
Bro.
gonna affect the bro's mind. Like any dude, that's affecting them.
Yeah, dude.
We'll see after
I
the
couldn't
fight. I think
handle
it
that.
all depends after the fight.
They're
What do you mean?
divorcing. They
I
will divorce.
think they will never. This marriage is not lasting more than 2 years.
Is it rumored to not be now?
No,
I haven't seen
no. This is
anything on
my
that.
no. This is me thinking like.
Oh, your
like
take?
Logan
Okay.
might act like it's all like roses and whatever, but That's gotta mess with bro. Like, if I figured out my chick's been with all of LA, I'd be like, bruh. Especially
A
after
guy
thinking
like
she was like pure.
a guy like him and the way I've seen him act on Impulsive, I think I could agree with your take on that. He's a very like hypersensitive and cares a lot about what people think type person.
Yeah, he
So,
turned off his comment replies on Twitter.
yes. So with him, yes, but I think on average, if a
Really?
situation like this was to occur, a lot of people would probably try their best to look past it and still go through with the
Wow.
marriage. But maybe shit wouldn't work out after the
Stronger
fact.
than
But
me, for sure.
I mean, I'm not
Maybe
saying
you're
I
right.
would
No,
do
you might
that.
be right. You might be right. I don't know. Maybe I'm just seeing from my point of view because I would never
Yeah.
be able to handle it.
I think you would try to, but like you might even try to talk yourself into it. But like, no, I think we would all know that it would never work out. Like you would try your best
Yeah.
mentally to try to curb
Yeah.
it, and it would just work.
It's just so hard
You just
because then
can't.
also they might go to a party in LA and you're like, hey, yo, how many of these dudes been with Nina? At the party. And you
I
know if
also-
you get in a heated argument with your friend, like, and he pulls that out of his back burner, like, hey, yo, at least my girl's not like 200 plus bodies. I don't know.
I did see a video where he was like talking about how Dylan Dennis, he's gone way too far. He's like, Dylan, this is outrageous. And then like it was Gideon was reacting to it, and he was like, bro, you went to a forest that was literally
Yeah.
called Suicide Forest, and you recorded a body, bro. It's like, yeah, it's not the worst thing.
Yeah, after everything that Logan's done, it's karma, man. Like he deserves a lot of what he's gotten.
He is super hypocritical now.
He's fucked
like-
up just too much.
He does now like turn his back on anything and everything that potentially is gonna hurt his brand. Well, unless like I don't know, but like if somebody else is a part of something, then he immediately just turns away from them because it can hurt his brand, regardless of how good of
Yeah.
a person they
Yeah.
are.
Logan just
I
seems
agree.
sort of cocky. I like his podcast, like especially when he had his brother on. That was interesting. Like, I like Jake way more. Logan just seems like I don't know, sort of a
Oh, Jake has become more
Cocky.
liked now than.
It's 'cause he's,
than,
like, fought, bro. I swear, it's like changed his personality. And he's like less cocky.
Yeah. I just
Oh,
don't
I
really like
bet.
either of them.
You should watch the video. Plug another podcast. I know we just shit on you, Logan, but you can shout us out too.
Impulsive after George is gone and we've talked about it. I just can't.
But yeah, that's like the end of this. Let's do the top 3 thing. I came up with one. I want to know your guys' top 3 Mexican dishes, starting from 3. So like, it's like stuff like enchiladas, fajitas, burritos, tacos, other
Okay.
shit. Other shit I'm not thinking of.
Alright.
Pupusas. Like what? Let's
Okay.
start from 3. For me, number 3, fajitas. I love ordering fajitas somewhere. It's just hella food. It's always gas. If I'm feeling hella hungry, I just go with fajitas. And they bring out the fajitas, and they bring out like 5 tortillas. I know I'm leaving the place full.
What's that thing that we got at the taco truck called?
Pupusas?
No, tacos something. I don't know.
Tacos something. I don't know, actually. I really don't know. Alright, 2 for me is tacos, the staple. It just can't be 1, because I like a lot of shit in my food. And, like, we just went to a bar taco place the other day, and, like, the tacos were gas. I got, like, a pork belly taco, a lobster taco, a chicken taco, a shrimp taco. It was all gas. I just hate, like, the lack of shit on a taco. Like, I wish it was more than just, like, onions and chives, you know? And, like, sauce. Like, a hot sauce. And the meat.
Fair.
I think it's too plain for me, but they're still gas. A staple for sure. And then my 1 is burrito. Just because... it's sort of best of both worlds. Burritos always fill me up, and I can load it with hella ingredients and sauces. Burritos always hit different, bro. And burritos are my 1.
Alright, I got mine. Alright, starting at 3, it's a burrito, in fact. Cam's number 1.
It is.
2, tacos. Gotta agree with Cam on that. You can't
Yeah.
go wrong with a taco. Any type of taco. And number 1 for me, and it might be a boring one, but quesadilla.
Oh, that's a good one. I didn't think of this.
Yeah,
Quesadillas,
especially shrimp quesadilla, in my opinion.
Really? I don't think I've ever had
I
a shrimp quesadilla.
I think those are gas.
Not a chicken quesadilla, no queso from Cookout.
Nah, because I get just cheese at Cookout.
Oh, shit.
Their chicken's whack.
Crazy take. We might have to replace her.
All right, boys, are we ready?
Yep.
So, My number 3 spot is a tamale. Tamales are gas, bro.
I don't think I've ever
Alright.
had this. Maybe I'm not a true
I know what
Mexican
you're talking
dish fan.
about. It looks
A
like a
tamale,
corn
it kind of
husk.
comes like, yeah, it comes on like a corn husk, and you like unravel the corn from it, dude. It's bro, it's so good. It's like it's all dude, it's I don't even know what the outside is made of, but it just comes in like you'll have like chicken or beef in the middle, and bro, it's so gas. That's number 1. Or number 3, sorry, that's number 3. Number 2, I think number 2 has to be tacos because it's just a classic.
Mm-hmm.
Every
Oh,
taco
no.
Can't
filling
go wrong
all
with
the
that.
number
Because-
2s. That's
Dude,
crazy.
Cause like if someone really makes good meat, dude, and they put like
What?
a taco, and then you have chives, and then you
Pause.
have pause, and then you do like a good like salsa, bro, it's over, it's over.
Okay.
And then number 1 is actually gonna be a dessert. It's the most gas dessert of all
I
time,
know what
bro.
you're gonna say.
It's gonna be tres leches.
Churros? Oh, I don't know what that is.
Oh, thought wrong.
It's a 3 milk cake, bro. Dude, it's the-
Really?
dude,
That's
it's
crazy.
so gas.
So, I know someone
dude.
listening is like, "Oh my god, Gaten's spinning!" And I've never heard
Dude,
of
a
that
tres,
thing.
a tres leches cake.
Thought you were gonna
is
say fried
so
ice cream.
gas. No, it's like I don't even know how to really
Thought
like.
you were gonna say
it's,
churros.
it's made from 3 different types of milks, I guess. And then, but
Gotcha.
it's like, man, I wish I knew how to like really. It's so good though. It's just too good. It kind of, in a way. Nah, I don't know how to
It's
describe
too
it. but
good?
It's maybe one day you boys will go to a restaurant or you'll have someone cook you up a tres leches.
Maybe. All right.
Bet. Honorable mention,
Bet.
fried ice cream.
All right, boys. That comes to the end of the pod, and that leads us to shout outs. If you want to get shouted out, go to my ex at Cam Hatchet and repost the last pod. Wait, did I even post the last pod? Oh, I did. Okay. The shout outs for this week are Cliff Lumen and I Matthew. Oh my god, they're streaking. They're crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my
How many is that in a row? Like
That's
7?
a lot, dude.
7, 8?
That might be more in a row. No, I think never mind. Podcasts? No, never mind. Oh, Dylan Dana
It's a lot,
just
though.
tweeted out something. Let's peep it. What does it say? I love sluts. Oh, Adam22 said stop slut shaming, and then he said I love sluts, and it's that picture of his wife with the black arms beside her.
That's pretty
Comment
good.
Danis W.
That's crazy. Okay, well, that's it from me. Let me know if I'm an asshole. I don't have anything else to say.
Yeah, let him know, please.
Yep.
Please tell him.
I know I can be an asshole at times. Alright, do you guys have anything else to say?
No, I think we covered it all. Good pod.
Yep.
Thank you, boys. I appreciate being the new co-host. Feels good. I like
Yep.
this.
Look
I
forward
like
to
the
the
new
new
step in
era.
life. I feel like
Yeah.
I've been growing, and this is just it. This is next.
Nice. Alright.
Yes.
W. Like and comment.
Yep.
Subscribe.
Peace out, gang.